Alrighty. Move some stuff around. There we go. This is your Unit 3 review. Alright, seems like I had a calculator, but that's okay. Alright, so question 1. What is the perimeter and area of the following shape? So we're going to do perimeter first. And we are going to continue that line down. So we have 3 shapes. We have a rectangle, and a quarter of a circle. If this length is 6 and the whole length is 11, this has to be 5. If this diameter, or radius, of the circle is 6, this is also 6. So we're going to add a couple more labels. So our perimeter of this first square, we have 11 and we have 5. So we have 2 times 11, because there's 2 of them, plus 2 times 5. 2 times 11 is 22, plus 10, so we get 32 for our first one. The next rectangle we have 6 by 5. So we have 2 times 6 plus 2 times 5. 6 times 2 is 12, plus our 5 times 2, which is 10. 12 plus 10 is 22. And then the circle. Alrighty, and now we have our circle. So we only have a quarter of it. So we're going to have 1/4 times, and then our formula for circumference, which is pi times radius times 2, or 2 pi r, because we're going to have our radius times 2. So 2 times, and I'm going to write 3.14, because that's what I'm going to use. 4 times our radius of 6. Alrighty, so I'm going to do this part first, my parentheses. So 2 times 3.14 times 6. So inside is equal to 37 68/100. Multiplying by 1/4 is the same as dividing by 25/100. So we get 150 72/100. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I did divide by a quarter. It should have been multiplied by a quarter. So I'm going to multiply by that quarter. That was our original answer. And now we need to multiply by 25/100. I knew my answer looked way off. And then our total perimeter would be our 3 values added. So I'm going to keep it right there, plus 22, plus 32. Our total perimeter is 63 42/100. And these are centimeters. Alrighty, area. We have an 11 by 5, which is equal to 55. Then we have a 6 by 5, which is equal to 30. And then we have our quarter of a circle. So we have 1/4 of it. And area is pi r squared times 6 squared. Alrighty, so we have pi times 6 squared is the same as 6 times 6. And then we're going to multiply it by our quarter, because we only have a quarter of it. And to find the total area, we need to add up our 3 values. So we get 113 113 centimeters squared. Alrighty, page 2. A painter needs to cover a circular design, 180 feet in diameter. $180. A store sells paint in 5-gallon buckets. One 5-gallon bucket covers 200 square feet. Is equal to 200 square feet. What is the smallest number of 5-gallon buckets of paint the painter needs to buy to cover the circular design? All right, let's find out. What is our area? Remember, area is pi r squared. So 3.14 times 180 squared. 3.14 times 180 times 180. We get 101,736 square feet. And every 200 square feet, we need 5 gallons. So we're going to divide our total square feet by how many gallons? Or by 200 to figure out how many gallons we'll need. Again, I made a mistake. Area is pi r squared. Right now we have diameter. So we have a couple mistakes. I'm sorry, guys. Area equals pi times r. R is only half of your diameter. So that means the r would be 90. Okay, let's try this again. 3.14 times 90 times 90. 25,343. 434. I'm going to double check that. 3.14 times 90 times 90. Yep. And we're going to do the same step. We need to divide it by 200 to figure out how many gallons we need. So I get 127 and 1700ths. Can I have a partial tank or partial bucket? No. So the least amount of buckets I can buy is 128 buckets. Alrighty, question 3. Select all the expressions that correctly calculate the perimeter of the shape. Alrighty, so we need this length for a perimeter. There's 4 of them. So we are going to have something plus 40. And then the perimeter of each of these is, or circumference, is 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. Right now we have the radius. So 2 pi r. Because we have the radius. And this is also equal to pi times 20. And since we're not actually solving, we can write it as pi. So this is equal to 20 pi. This would also be equal to 20 pi. Because once you multiply your 2 out. So let's see. 20 pi plus 40 is right here. So A works. 80, I don't see how that one could work. because we have 10, 20, 30, 40, unless it's counting the inside, but that's not part of the perimeter. 120, again, I don't see how that could work. 300, I don't see how that could work. This one down here, 10 plus 10 pi plus 10, so wait, here's our 40. And here is 20 pi. So E could also work, A and E. Next, perimeter and area of the following shape. So here is 4. Here's 4. If from here to here is 10, and this is 4 of it, that means we have 6 down here. So perimeter is the outside. So we have 6 and 6, because this isn't part of the outside and this isn't part of the outside, which is 12. We have this, which is 4, and this one's 4, and they're part of the outside. So 4 plus 4 is 8, and now our circle. This is my radius, and I have half of a circle because I have 2 quarters. So we have 1/2 times 2 times pi times the radius. So I'm going to do inside of my parentheses first. 2 times pi times 4. And then we're going to multiply it by a half times half. 12 and 56/100. All right, now I'm going to add all my values. Plus 12 plus 8. Plus 12 plus 8. So we get perimeter is 32 and 56 centimeters. 56/100 centimeters. Area. So area of our rectangle is 4 times 6. 24. And then of our half circle, we have 1/2. And area of a circle is pi r squared. And my radius is 4. Alrighty, so we have pi times 4 times 4. And then we only have half of a circle, so times a half. 25 and 12/100. Total area, when we add them together, 49 and 12/100. Yep, you could have seen it. Centimeters squared. Next, we have a class measured the diameter and circumference of various circular objects. The results are plotted on the graph. Does it appear to be a proportional relationship between the diameter and circumference of a circle? Explain or show your reasoning. Why might the measured diameters and circumferences not be exactly proportional? So remember, we did this activity in class a couple weeks ago. We had all the different circular shapes and we were measuring them. And if we were to take a straight edge, we would see that they are pretty proportional. Not 100% on the line, but it's pretty close. Yes, We think it appears to be proportional. Appear why might the measured diameters and circumferences not be exactly proportional? Human error. You might be rounding to nearest number. There can be a lot of reasons. You might be holding the tape measure wrong. I mean, it can be a lot of different things. For each quantity, decide whether the circumference or area would be needed to calculate it. Distance around a circular track. Circumference. This right here, distance around something. That's the perimeter. That is the outside of something. You guys can't see the shapes I'm doing with my hands. We are going around the outside of it. That's our perimeter or the circumference. A circular floor, the total number of equal sized tiles. That would be the inside, so the area. How many fit into our circle? The amount of paint it takes to cover the bottom of a can. Again, that would be area. If we have a circle, how much is it going to take to cover it? The distance your bike will go with one turn of the wheel. That's also circumference. Because if we have this wheel, how far do you travel when your wheel turns all the way around? The circle has a radius of 30 centimeters. What is the closest area? Well, area is pi r, our radius, squared. So if we have pi times 30 times 30, let's double check. Pi times 30 times 30. I'm getting an area of 2,826. The closest would then be 707. Find the area of the shape. Okay. There's a couple different ways you can do it. I'm going to find the area of the full shape. So area would be 3 times 4, giving us 12 meters squared. But I need to take this away. If this length is 1, this is 2. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base, which is 2, times my height of 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 1/2, that means 2. And I need to take this away. So I'm going to have 12 minus 2 equals 10 meters squared. Find the area of the following shape. Alrighty, so we know that this is 6. That means this must be 6. area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So triangle area, 1/2 base times height. 10 times 6 is 60. Half of 60 is 30. Okay, now we have a circle, area of our circle. We only have half of it. So we have to start with that, half. And area of a circle is pi r squared. So I'm going to do inside my parentheses first. 3.14 times 6 times 6. Times 6 times 6. All right, so we get 113 and 400ths. We only want half of it, so we're going to multiply by a half. 56 and 52 hundredths. And we need to combine them. So 56 and 52 hundredths plus 30. We get a total area of 86 and 52 hundredths centimeters squared. I am going to skip this one. However, if there's a question on it, let me know and I will make a video on it. I'll tell you what slide it is right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is slide 11. If you have questions on slide 11, let me or Mrs. Fish know. Slide 12. Find the area and perimeter. So we have 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, and then quarter of a circle. So perimeter is measuring the outside of it. So we have 5. Let's do, I'll just do 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5. This is not 5, this is 3. Plus 3 plus 5 plus our circle. We only have a quarter of it, so 1/4 times pi and it should have been 2 pi r. And our radius is 3. Alrighty, so I'm going to combine some numbers that I know. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I have 3, 6. All right, now I'm going to do this over here. So I'm going to do inside my parentheses first. Multiply it by my 1/4. Now I'm going to combine, or I'm going to add our numbers up. Plus 6 plus 20. Sorry about all those, guys. So we get 30 and 71 hundredths centimeters for our perimeter. And area, we have 5 times 3 for this one and 5 times 3 for this one. 5 times 3 plus 5 times 3 plus area of our circle. We only have 1/4 of it. Area is pi r squared. So I have 15 plus, sorry guys, that should have been 3 because my blank down here is 3. 15 plus pi times r squared. And we only have a quarter of it. Now I can add up my values. So the total area is 37 and 65 thousandths centimeters squared. Find the area of the shaded region. So we're going to find the area of the square, and then we're going to take away the area of our circle. So our square is an 8 by 8, which is 64. And then the area of our circle is pi r squared. Radius is 4. Pi times r times r. 50 and 24 hundredths. Now we need to take that away. So we're going to have 64 minus 50 and 24 hundredths. Minus. So our area is 13 and 76 hundredths of a feet squared. Alrighty, this is becoming a long video. I'm sorry, guys. Find the area of the region, shaded region. So we're going to find the area of the big circle, the small circle, and then subtract them. So our big circle area, I can write it minus the area of the small circle. So area of the big circle, 3.14 times 50 squared minus our small circle, 30. Trying one more time. 3.14 times 50 squared minus 3.14 times 36 squared. Area of the big circle minus area of the small circle. 3.14 times 50 equals, and then we're going to do minus. I'm going to write this down just so we can double check it. 14 times 36 times 36. Saying our grand total is supposed to be 30,780 and 56 hundredths. Let's see, what is the area of this one? Times 36 times 36. Okay, here's the truth. Make sure our equation lined up correctly. Sure enough, it did. Alrighty. Here is the picture that shows one side of a child's wooden block with a semicircle cut out of the bottom. Find the area of the block. Okay. So I'm going to find the area of the whole rectangle first. It's going to be rectangle area minus the semicircle area. So our rectangle's area is 9 times 4.5 minus our semicircle. So if the diameter is 5, my radius would be half of that, so 2.5. So minus half, because we have half of a circle. Pi r squared. So we have 9 times 4.5. I'm going to do them separate just because that's how my brain works. Times 2.5 times 2.5 times our half because we only have half of our circle. And now I need to subtract my rectangle minus the half circle. You get 30 and 6,875 10,000ths. Alrighty, last one. Find the area of the shaded region. Express your answer in terms of pi. Okay. So first we have our rectangle area minus our small circle minus our medium circle minus our large circle. And we have a total height of 12 plus 9 is 21 plus 6 is 27 plus 3 is 30. We can double check that. 12 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3. So our total height is 30. So our rectangle is 30 times 18 minus the diameter of this one is 6, or radius. The radius of this one, if the diameter is 9, the radius would be 4.5. And of our last one, the radius would be 3. So pi r squared minus pi r squared minus pi r squared. So do some math. Whoops. So for the first one, we have 30 times 18. So we have 540 minus, well, 3 squared is 9 pi. Um, 4.5 squared, 4.5 times 4.5. Oops, is 20.25 pi. And 6 squared is 36. So we need to combine all of our pi's. So I already have this one in my calculator, so I'm just going to add my 9 and add my 36. So I have 540 minus 65.25 pi. Is how you would express it in terms of pi. If you have any questions on this, please reach out to myself or Mrs. Fish. We are both here for you. Just let us know if you have questions.